Hello everyone, Mauro here. In this video, we're going to look at some of the new features expected to become available on Windows 11 throughout 2025. Although Windows 11 version 25H2 is not due until sometime in October and maybe in a different time, Microsoft also pushes new features throughout regular updates as soon as they are ready. And today we're going to look at some of them, some of which the company already is rolling out with the February 2025 update. Okay, let's dive into these new features that we're expecting to see on Windows 11 throughout 2025. But before, please subscribe to the channel and click the like button to help YouTube show this video to more people. It doesn't cost anything and you will be helping the channel and supporting my work. Okay, first, let's look at the changes that we're expecting to see on the lock screen. So if we go to the Settings app and then we open the lock screen page, we're going to find a new option, which you can see right here, that not only allows you to enable and disable the widgets on the lock screen, but also now we have the flexibility to add and remove the widgets that we want to see on the lock screen. Here, I'm missing some of the default widgets, such as weather and traffic. However, you get the idea. Now we can select the widgets that we want, and we can just add it to the lock screen. Then, when we go to the lock screen, we're going to see only the widgets that we selected. From here, you can also access this option, but basically it's just a shortcut that will open the lock screens page once you logged in. Now, if you want to remove a widget, just click the remove button. And if you want to disable the feature, just turn this off. Microsoft is even adding a new group policy editor policy to control the widgets on the lock screen. And we can find that under computer configuration. And then if we go to Windows components, and then if we scroll down, we can find this folder right here. And this is the new setting that allows you to control the widgets on the lock screen. Microsoft is also planning to make changes to the taskbar, but do not get too excited yet because we're not going to be able to change the location of the taskbar. Instead, what it's doing is adding a new option just to make the icons smaller. So if we go to the Settings app, and then we go to personalization, and then we go to the taskbar page. And then right here, we're going to find a new option that allows you to show smaller icons. And you can choose when to show smaller icons. So for example, I have it to never right now, so everything will stay the same. However, you can choose the always option, and that will make all the icons smaller, and that will give you more space to have even more buttons on the same space. Now, if we choose this option, the taskbar will show the regular size for buttons. However, when the taskbar gets full, then the buttons will get smaller, so you can fit even more buttons in the same physical space. However, this feature will not make the taskbar smaller. Now, even though we can use a keyboard shortcut to open the emoji panel, such as the Windows key plus V or the Windows key plus semicolon keyboard shortcut, Microsoft is also planning to add a dedicated button in the system tray on the taskbar to make it easier for users to find that panel to insert emojis on Windows 11. And that option is actually right here on the taskbar under the system tray icons. And as you can see, this is a new setting, and you have three options. You can disable it. You can select the while typing. So this option will keep the button hidden. However, when you open an application and you're about to start typing, you're going to notice that the icon is going to appear on the system tray. So for example, if I open Notepad, you're going to see that the key now appears on the system tray. Or you can choose to always have it available. This is a minor change, but it's going to make it easier for users to find this particular feature. Now, if we go to the Start menu, more specifically to the All menu, we're going to see that Microsoft is making some visual changes to make it easier to sort the applications. So in here, we're going to find a new menu that allows us to change how do we see the apps installed on the computer. So if you choose the name list, that will show you the legacy view where you have all your apps in alphabetical order and in a list format. Now, if we choose the name grid, basically it's the same, but we're going to see this on a grid view. And if we choose category, now what's going to happen is that the system is going to look into your applications and try to group them depending on their category. For example, in here we have utilities and tools, productivity, and anything that it can figure out, it will put it on the other group. And these are basically folders. Now, if you click the icon, that will actually open the application. However, if you click on the actual folder, that will open that particular view so you can access to all the different applications. Now, you can also open the group by clicking this button right here. Let me know in the comments what you think about this tweak on the start menu that kind of looks how you actually group your apps on your smartphone. The settings app, Microsoft is also updating the about page. So if we go to system and then we open the about page, at the top of the page, Microsoft is adding a new view with different cards that will highlight the key hardware components on your computer. You will see storage, graphics card, the RAM installed on the device, and the processor. And what's interesting in here is that we're finally seeing the graphics card information right into the settings app. Since the only specifications that we had was this section right here, they didn't give us a lot of details about the hardware on the computer. Now, another thing that is interesting is that the cards also gives you some other type of information. For example, on the storage, we can see the storage usage, we can see some information about the graphics card, and we can even see not only the amount of RAM installed on the device, but also the type of RAM. And on the processor, we have some information about the processor and the base clock speed. Now, if we go to the network and internet page, and then if we go more specifically to the mobile hotspot settings. So now when setting up a hotspot to share the internet connection, you can now use the gigahertz connection band. However, this requires a wireless adapter that supports the gigahertz band for mobile hotspot, which is still not standard on all devices. Microsoft is also working on a number of changes for File Explorer, and the ones that stand out are the upcoming improvements for the context menu and tab system. For example, now the context menu has been updated when right-clicking an item on the left navigation pane, and you will see that now we can find a new item that allows us to create a new folder and the location that we open the context menu.
Now, if we right-click a file, we're going to notice that the share option has been updated and now it's called share with, and that allows us to open a submenu, allowing you to share the specific file with different apps. And you can even click the more options item and that will open the Windows share experience. Now, if we open the folder options settings, Microsoft has updated this option. So now it will also restore your open tabs. In the past, if you restarted Windows and you have this option enabled, it will restore all the instances of File Explorer. But now it will also restore your open tabs. Even further, if we go to the settings app and then we go to the sign options page, the company is updating this feature. So if you turn this on and this feature is not enabled by default, then this option will turn this option on. Now, in an effort to make file sharing a little easier, Windows 11 is also getting a new feature called drag tray. And that basically means that when you grab a file and then you move it to the top of the screen, you're going to see a flyout, as you can see right here, and you can drop the file into any of the supported apps to share that specific file. However, the sharing will be different depending on the application. For example, you can see right here that we have the Paint app. So basically, when you do a sharing with that application, you actually are going to open the file with that specific application, in this case, Paint. Now, if we drag it to, let's say, the Outlook app, that will create a new mail and it's going to attach that file, as you can see right here. You can also use this more option and that will open the Windows share experience. So you can select different ways to share that specific file. However, it appears that it only works with individual files. You cannot select a collection of files, a folder, or a container like a zip file. Now, if you're a content creator or a streamer, Microsoft is also making available some new advanced configuration settings for the webcam. So if we go to the settings app and then we go to Bluetooth on devices and then we open the camera's settings, depending on the camera that you have connected to your computer, we can access the settings and then we're going to find a new advanced camera options. And then when we open that setting, we are going to find two options. And the most interesting setting that we're going to find on this page is the allow multiple apps to use camera at the same time. So basically this option will allow you to stream the same camera feed across multiple apps. And you can even specify the resolution and frame rate, as you can see right here. In addition, there is this this new turn on basic camera setting. And basically this option allows you to turn on the camera in debugging mode for troubleshooting problems. Now I just opened a remote connection to my Copilot Plus PC because there are a few features that I only have available on that computer. And the first one is this option that Microsoft is setting to the power settings. So if we go to System, Power, and Battery, we're going to find this new battery percentage option that basically will show the percentage of the battery on the bottom right corner of the taskbar, as you can see right here. Although the operating system has been able to show an icon when your laptop is on battery for a long time, the experience never included a battery percentage. In the past, manufacturers implemented their own add-ons to show the remaining percentage in the taskbar, but now Microsoft is adding this option natively in the operating system. In relation to the battery percentage option, Microsoft is also updating the iconography for the battery for the taskbar, and now it will show different colors depending on the state of the battery. For example, green will indicate that the computer is currently charging and the battery is in good condition. Yellow indicates that the computer is running on battery and it has entered into the energy saving mode. There is also a red icon, and that will appear the battery is in critical low state. Windows 11 is also gaining a Gamepad keyboard layout, and we can see that if we go to the text input settings, and then if we open the touch keyboard, and then to switch the keyboard layout, we go to the settings and then keyboard layouts, and then we select the Gamepad option. And as you can see, this is how the Gamepad layout looks. And it basically is a new layout that will make it easier to type and navigate using the Xbox game controller. This layout resembles the default keyboard, but includes design modifications. Some of the keys includes extra labels to make it easier to type with the game controller. And finally, I want to highlight the changes that Microsoft is making for Windows Search, which now will be also powered by AI. So the Windows Search feature will continue to offer the same experience as before, but the operating system is also adding a new semantic indexing feature to improve search capabilities beyond traditional keywords across File Explorer, the taskbar, and the start menu. So semantic indexing is a feature that uses AI, particularly neural language processing or NLP, which allows the system to understand the meaning of your search queries. This allows you to find files, settings, and other content using natural language. So just to give you an example, here in File Explorer, I have opened my gallery of screenshots, and right here you can see that I have an image of a bear, which I created it using AI. But if we look at the properties, and then if we go to the details to see the metadata, we don't find anything that will describe that image. So now if I simply type what's in the image, we're going to be able to find it. For example, here, I'm just going to type bear. And as you can see, now search looks inside of the image in this case, and it finds the correct images and it will present it into the result. Now, Microsoft is still working on this feature. However, you will be able to use it on File Explorer, on search on the taskbar, and when doing search on the start menu. And you also notice that you have this feature available on your computer because of this icon. It is important to know that at this time, the feature supports some file formats, including all the extensions that you see right here. Finally, since this feature requires an NPU, it is exclusive for Copilot Plus PCs, and the semantic indexing processes all the information using the on-device by Silica AI model. And that's it. Those are the most interesting features that are coming in 2025. Let me know in the comments what you think about these new features coming this year. And also like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. And I just hope this video was informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.